The first mistake is you make your answers all about your past. Now, the job interview is not about your yesterday, but about their tomorrow. This is such a common mistake that I've seen among many experienced leaders. They put an overemphasis on their past achievements with great passion and pride. Now, the more you talk about your past and how you did things, the more difficult it is for them to see how exactly you can operate within their environment. Your audience, the employers, they are interested in understanding not just what you have achieved in the past, but how you can apply those accomplishments to their unique challenges, their culture, and their stakeholders. While spending the majority of your time and effort talking about your past achievements also kind of indicate your lack of forward thinking. To stand out, you have to shift the interview from your yesterday to their tomorrow, from the evaluation of you to cooperation with you. Yes, they will still ask you how you did it. They are interested. But your answer needs to somehow transition from your past achievements to how these experiences can be leveraged in the context of this new employer, the new business unit or function if you are interviewing in the same organization. When you shift the conversation from evaluation to collaboration during the job interview, you are helping the interviewers visualize how your presence can positively impact the future of their organization and what it's like to have you in their leadership team. You are making it easy for them to see how your leadership, experience, and competence can lead to success and elevate their team and their organization. The second mistake is you tell the story version of your past achievements. Now, during the job interview, you for sure will be asked to share your past achievements. Now, when it comes to landing an executive position, simply tell the story version of what you have already written in your resume is not at all enough. Actually, doing this can create more objections. While you are talking about your past achievements and how you did it, what they are actually thinking is, yes, you have excelled in these challenges in your previous organization, but we are different. It might have worked back then, but these are different time and place. I don't know if it's going to work for us because we have different products, we're serving different customers, and we have our own unique culture and our own way of working here. So what you are actually doing is creating more objections in their head by telling the story version of your achievements already in your resume. So this is what I did when I was applying for the global vice president position in a different organization. I instead shared my thought process and the principles and values behind what I did. This worked for me. I got the VP job, and this will work for you as well, because when you share the principles and values you have applied through your decision making and your problem solving, you are showing that you have in-depth thoughts and leadership values of why you were successful. At the same time, this also handles the objections in the interviewer's mind that we are different, because principles work across different organizations and business cycles. When you are talking about principles instead of detailed actions you took, you are demonstrating your ability to apply them across different economic conditions, organizational challenges, and with different stakeholders. Meanwhile, this also demonstrates that you have the mindset for an executive position and that you understand the value and the principles behind your own success. You help the interviewer understand that you have the potential to excel in a new environment, regardless of the economic condition or the organizational challenges. The next mistake is you limit the interview to your role. This is a huge mistake in executive positions. Well, I understand. It worked well when you were interviewing for a middle management position. You focus on the role and what you're going to do in this position based on your understanding from the job description. However, when you are interviewing for an executive position, you have to make sure that everything you discuss is within the context of the organization, not just the job. This means the majority of your answers should, in some way, shape, or form, be focused on what you are going to do will influence the organization. When you talk about the past achievements, you should talk about the impact and in what way this accomplishment in the past have influenced your organization in the long run and its business partners. At the executive level, you are part of the leadership team that leads the full organization, and you take organizational decisions alongside the other executives beyond just your function or your own region. One of the presidents I used to work for always reminded us. He said, "You wear two hats, one as the head of your function or your own region, and the other hand, you are part of this management team. Now remember, the person interviewing you will be evaluating you, not just you as the lead of a function or region, but also as a business leader of the organization. So when you speak about your role, you need to put it in the context of how you can influence the business, impact the organization both internally and externally. The next mistake is ask what it takes to succeed in this role. This is a common interview advice. At the end of the interview, asking, what does it take to succeed here? However, this approach may work well up until middle management or junior level positions. If you ask this question in an executive job interview, this can raise concerns in the interviewer's mind. This is because they might wonder why you have not thought about what it takes to succeed. Executives are expected to lead and set directions and vision for the organization. So when you ask a question about what it takes to succeed in this role, it actually sends a signal there's a lack of leadership, and you need guidance, a clear definition of the role, and also you need directions from other people. Now, for example, during my interview for the vice president of communication position, the interviewer was the president. He had an overall business view from R&D to operations, sales and marketing to finance, and communication was not at all his area of expertise. So during the interview, he was looking for advice from someone with the right background and competence, someone who could take lead and show him what the full potential of the organization could look like with the communication lead in his management team. In other words, he was expecting me to be his advisor who can define what it takes to succeed in this role. The next mistake is you blend everything with a team effort and not being specific about what you brought to the table, while overemphasizing it's all about leadership. Now let me show you how this could look like. When I was hiring the vice president position for our North America region, I asked the candidate, can you share an initiative you put into place and you're most proud of? Now, the candidate responded, I reorganized and built a high-performing team from scratch. In fact, 2 team members from my current team are promoted to middle management. So with that answer, I didn't get anything concrete. So I continued to ask, so how did you achieve it? This is what he said. I love working with people and develop my team. I am a people leader who are always present for my team. I love coaching my team, mentor my team. My team can always count on me. I'm there to provide them with support and feedback. This is a super vague response because it makes him look like someone who doesn't do anything but delegate all the hard work to his team. All he did was talk and approve what his team did, ask for reports and presented their work. And no one wants to hire an executive like that. However, I understand that the reason they answer the question this way is not really because they are a bad leader or they are bad at their job. Most of the time is because they are not expert in interviews. In fact, it's very likely the last interview they've had were about 5 to 7 years ago, and they find it challenging to demonstrate their great wealth of experience and achievements. They find it is especially difficult when it comes to selling themselves. Now, if you are serious about advancing your career to the senior executive level this year, you want to submit your application to the 1% Academy program, where you will not only be coached by me, but you will learn all the steps I took to become the vice president for 2 largest Swedish companies by market cap. Not only that, you will also network with other like-minded leaders with international background. You can go to inspiremyday.org/apply or click the link in the description below to book a free strategy call with myself or my team. For now, let me leave you with this video to learn how to prepare for an executive job interview.